Chapter 13, A Goat Wearing Lipstick. Finally, Wes says, swiping his hair away from his eyes. I was afraid we'd never get the right box to fall. I press my palms to the glass divider and look at the new box that has fallen. Like the others, it split into two pieces when we hit the ground. The lid is lying upside down and the bottom half is on the side about a foot away. Then there's the exciting part, the thing that made us all scream when it tumbled out. The key. I stare at it, annoyed that it's within reach, but we can't touch it. Hannah's pacing up and down the glass barrier. There has to be a way over there. Maybe we need to go back into the circus room. Wes raises an eyebrow skeptically. You can't. No rope, remember? Besides, we've only done 2 escape rooms where we had to go backward for something. Once we get into new room or space, we usually find clues that will keep us moving forward in there. I nod. Wes would know. He could probably remember every single escape room we've ever done and where the clues were. If he says we usually don't go backward, I believe him. Reaching out, I take the strange riddle about ships from Wes' hands and reread it. Bravely you tried, but sadly you failed. Another chance you will get. Your ship has not sailed. Find the right box, and then you may see. The path is quite clear to reaching the key. The path is not clear, Wes complains. Despite the chill in the room, his cheeks are stained pink. There's a giant glass wall between us and that stupid key. Maybe that riddle isn't talking about the glass. Maybe it's talking about the other door you found, Wes. The lock one. There could be another key hidden in this room, Hannah says. A key that will open the locked door and, she gestures wildly, finally get us to the other side of the room. I like this theory. That door, Wes points at the door he found when we first got into the room, might lead to the other side. It could easily open into the hallway that connects the 2 entrances to the room. See the door over there? I look through the glass. The other side of the room has more strange taxidermy animals, wooden walls, pots on the wall, and the door. The knob is wooden, just like the walls, and engraved with the deck of cards symbol. Strategy, I say, for what feels like the 100th time. If there was a strategy to finding the key, there has to be a strategy to getting to it. We look around the room in silence. There are moments like this in every escape room, seconds or even minutes when you think you're failing. When there are no obvious answers. We always get past them, though. Sometimes it's easier than others, but the deltas never give up. One of our lanterns flickers. Hannah gasps. Oh, geez. If we end up in the dark in this place, I'm not going to be happy. Wes laughs. Don't tell me you're afraid of the dark, Hannah. You're not? She asks with dramatic shudder. I don't care what anyone says. The dark is scary. It's easier for things to hide in the dark. It's easier for things to hide in the dark. I roll the thought over and over in my mind. Hannah, that's it. Guys, turn off the lanterns. What? No, Hannah whines. I just admitted I hate the dark. Is this payback? Payback for what? For the fact that I told you about the broccoli stuck in your teeth the other day? I laugh unexpectedly. No, I was happy you told me about the broccoli, you weirdo. I need the lights off because I want to use the UV light again to see if there are any clues in here. Without hesitation, Wes flicks off the first lantern and then the other. Hannah huddles by my side as I turn on the UV light and begin running it over the walls. At first I don't see anything but more random splotches and stains. Then I get to the stuffed goat head. The fur and the eyes look normal, but the mouth is glowing. Look, I say, leaning closer to the goat. Do you guys see that? Wes nods excitedly. Looks like it's wearing lipstick. That's gotta be a clue, right? A lipstick wearing goat? A snort bubbles out of Hannah. Seems like a possibility. We had to become trapeze artists to get into this room. Looks like we need to dig around in the goat mouth to get to the next one. I seriously can't believe I'm about to do this, Wes says, eyeing the goat carefully for a moment before sticking a finger into the small gap between his lips. Anything, I ask? He slides a second finger in, then wiggles it around, grunting. Yeah, there's definitely something in here. Probably a tarantula, Hannah says with a dark chuckle. I elbow her, laughing at the oomph sound she makes. Wes finally pulls his fingers out of the goat's mouth, revealing a silver key. Jackpot! A key so we can get the other key. I turn the UV light off and my normal flashlight on. The triplets were really weird. Hannah snatches a key from Wes' palm and immediately races to the door. Jamming it in the lock, she flings the door open. And then we all stare wide-eyed and open-mouthed at what's on the other side. Not a hallway, not a tunnel. A wall. The door opens to a brick wall. I slap my hand against my forehead. You've got to be kidding me. Hannah presses on the bricks. When they don't revolve, shift, or do anything interesting, she kicks at them with an annoyed grunt. So I stuck my hand in that stupid goat mouth for nothing, Wes says, clearly frustrated. And we're back at square one. No way to get to the other side of the room. Even in the darkness, I can see that Hannah's forehead is bunched up with lines. What are you thinking, I ask. I'm thinking we have to go through this somehow. She walks back to the center of the room and taps on the glass. We're losing too much time in here. Maybe we just break it? I imagine how fun it would be to shatter the glass. Maybe we could even use the goat head to do it. We probably could, but I don't think that's the answer, Wes says, interrupting my fantasy. If the triplets expected people to break this, then how would they reset the room for the other people to go through it? They couldn't have replaced the glass every time. Wes is right. That would have been too hard and too expensive for the triplets to manage. I run a palm over the glass, baffled. We're missing something. We have to be. Shining my flashlight over the glass, I frown at my reflection. Dirt smudged on my cheek, probably from the floor of the circus room. Frizzy hair, wild, confused eyes, and that line on my forehead. Wait, line on my forehead? I lean in, realizing the line isn't on my forehead, but on the glass itself. It's so thin that it's virtually invisible. My eyes followed up to the ceiling and then back down to the floor. Sure, it could just be a seam or an imperfection in the glass, but what if it's not? What if it's another one of the triplets' tricks? No, not a trick, a strategy. Hide the door in plain sight. Of course, escape rooms do it all the time. The most obvious door is a fake clue, or a red herring, as mystery books and movies will call it. Only difference is that if the triplets' funhouse had actually opened, there would be electricity in the building, and this room would have been well lit. It probably would have taken us half the time if it wasn't so dim in here. Blah. Hannah, I think you're onto something, I say. Can you guys turn the lanterns back on? I ask, putting one palm on either side of the line. My fingers twitch with anticipation. If I'm right... Whoa, easy, Tiger. Wes grabs one of my wrists, panic written in his expression. I thought we agreed smashing this is a bad idea. I'm not going to smash it, I say with a sly smile. I'm going to open it. Watch. With that, I take a deep breath and push on the glass. Ever so slowly, the two sides of the glass begin to move, opening outward just like French doors in our kitchen and home. The thin line widens, first an inch and then two. Before we know it, we're standing in front of a space large enough for all of us to fit through. We're also standing in front of the key.